we got Mr. Joe, the club player, who has just come out of nowhere and killing everyone with his club knowledge. And on the other end, we've got Tbling, one of the top net players, who's been known as one of the top net players for God knows how long. This is gonna be hype.
Yes.
All right, let's
Grand
go.
finals. We're gonna pick a coin. All right, we're flipping a coin. We're flipping a coin. We're flipping a coin. So Tbling is heads and Tbling is tails. It is heads. So Joey wins the coin toss. All right. So Joey against Tbling. So quick recap of this tournament. So this has been a marathon of a tournament. It has been 20 people signed up. We had 5 pools. 2 players from each pool moved on. 4 pools with 5 players. 2 players from each pool moved on to the final bracket, which was 8 people. And then this tournament has been running all day. It's about 4 hours long so far, and we still have grand finals. So Tbling is playing, he's player 2, and Tbling is on the winner's side of the tournament. Joey is on the loser side as player 1, and Joey's on the loser side, so he'll have to win twice in order to win the whole tournament. Tbling only has to win once. Alright, Joey's been having a great tournament. Joey's only lost 1 game so far in the whole tournament. Actually, no, he's lost 2. He's lost once in pools to Peacock Slayer, and then he lost again in winter semis to Tbling. So, Tbling has the win in the head-to-head here. So, and then obviously he's in winner side of the bracket, so it's slightly in favor of Tbling right now. But Joey, being the club representative, definitely not going to concede. Definitely going to play his heart out. It's going to be a great game today.
That's what you're looking for each and every time.
Exactly.
More than a good game.
More than a good game. Expect to see some bombs, by the way, from Tbling. Tbling has been batting like crazy. Just hitting home runs all night. So expect to see a lot of bombs there. The player 2 team, again, Tbling getting that Bowser Burrow combo. I know we talked a lot about that. Joey's been responding with Birdo DK in pretty much every game, I think, right? As player 2. But Birdo's not been doing too well for him, at least at bat.
I think he picked Birdo Boo one time, and that did not.
Yeah. Yeah, Birdo's been doing not so great for Joey this tournament. I don't know if Birdo has any RBIs, and a lot of stars used. He's been doing good in the infield, just not great at bat. And you're really drafting Birdo for that bat, for that star swing, because if you want the infielder, I would go DK or Pianta or something. Although Birdo's a great infielder nonetheless.
I mean, this is the interesting part of the draft, though. This is where all the, once Paratrooper goes, obviously Paratrooper can go. That's when we start getting into the more niche characters. I mean, I think Pianta and Toadette should go, but I don't think Toadette's going to go at the very least. I think Pianta is by far the best shortstop option that that's Tbling has. Yeah,
definitely. I think in letting taking Pianta is a mistake. Because Joey's gonna take
good snipe.
Joey's gonna take that Pianta, and now Tbling has a really awkward fielding team. Like, you gotta put Hammer Bro in the infield now, in the middle infield. You really only have Wario left because Daisy's gonna have anti-chemistry with everyone. So
Wario and GDB,
easy pick. Trash.
I mean, you have to go Wario here. GDB, it's not a bad choice.
I guess Wario Dix is the idea.
You could go Wario Dixie, or you can go Wario GDB.
Oh yeah, drive one's pitchers.
Yeah.
Or you can
Wario.
drive one in second. Oh, Walu.
Ooh, Walu.
Really?
Okay.
Fire away.
I like
Waluigi's not a bad. Wow, the Bowser
Black
Who is Black
Stars.
Stars?
That's a
I wonder if that's
fucking
why he
name.
went with Waluigi.
That's
I
a
think
great
Black
name.
Stars is unique. Let me look this up real quick.
I'm not even sure who you need for this team name, but I love that it is happening right now.
Someone
Alright,
had
yeah. The
posted-
Bowser Black Stars is a unique team name. I have to look up how you make it though, because I forgot.
I think it's one of those we have to draft like specific characters.
Yeah, it is. That's what I mean. By unique team name.
Yeah, it's Bowser's least common one.
It's a great team name though.
Here we go. I got
Did they
it.
have a different name in
Bowser
Japanese or
Monster
no?
is less common just because no one takes blowjobs.
Yeah. Bowser Black Stars. Have Waluigi, Wario, Petey Piranha, and Hammer Bro on a team.
Huh. I mean,
So
so
he,
we
that's
he
actually
actually
not that
had to
hard to
take
do.
Waluigi.
That's
think
not
that
actually
would-
that hard to do.
It's really just the Waluigi that's awkward.
yeah.
But you throw him a pitcher, and then
Sure,
you
but
get
I
swag
mean,
team logo.
sure, but you could also, like, you know, take a character that loves you and actually wants to play the game.
Walu has
That
like
is true.
four-star compatibility with Bowser, right? Some
Uh,
one of that.
I can pull that up for you in just half a second.
Yeah. So for those of you in chat who have no idea what I'm talking about, every character in the game has chemistry with every.
You
Once
cut
you
out.
hit 90
Cut out
plus,
again.
that's when you start getting good chemistry. And if you have 10 or lower, that's
15.
bad chemistry.
15.
15 or lower. Okay.
Yeah, and then
Uh,
90 greater is good chemistry.
The,
Yeah. Waluigi offered 60.
Okay.
Okay. So what
That's
is that?
5. That's 4 stars.
That's
So
that
in
is
between that
75.
90 and that 15, the only time those chemistry come up is chemistry with your captain.
Mhm.
That determines how many stars you start the game with. If you're
Mhm.
70 plus, that's 5 team stars. I believe it's 60 plus or 50 plus for 4.
75 to 55 is what I'd heard.
75 to
But
55.
70 to
don't know if that's
55.
correct. Oh,
70
70?
to 55. Or,
Okay.
yeah.
70 to 55 for 4, and then lower than that, you start getting into awful. And then I think
Yeah.
it's 20 or lower is 1 star.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it's
Which
10 or
you-
lower is 1 star.
You'd be hard pressed to get 1 star.
Yeah.
You actually, I think the only people who can do it are Bowser and Peach.
That's
Maybe
Probably. Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Daisy would barely be able to do it. Peach is ever so slightly easier because she takes Petey on her team and you have 5 versus Daisy who has 6. Ooh, big difference. But,
Mhm.
you know, every point counts, quite honestly. Or every point
And-
doesn't count, however you want to look at it.
And here we go, grand finals starting off. Kicking off with
Let's
Waluigi pitcher. Haven't seen this in a
Bowser
while.
Black Stars versus the Birdo models. The
Yes.
club versus the Netplay. The guy who's been here for a long time versus the
No, you're
guy
good.
who has also kind of been here for a long time.
I was going to say, I don't know which one's which.
All right,
good
and starting
start.
off with 1 out from Mario. Yeah, so Birdo's been really struggling for Joey in this entire tournament. This is, definitely the game for Birdo to prove her worth.
City,
The swap
City
there.
Hall is asking, I'll repeat it for those of you that missed it. This is simply still just double elimination. You gotta win 1
Wow,
if
great
you're
catch, Eric.
Tbling. You gotta win 2 if you're MrJoeMSSB.
Yes. Yeah, so double elimination, so that's
So
a...
Tbling was using these righty star swings last time too. I still hate it.
I don't like it either, but I mean, clearly it's working out for him.
You just
Good
got out.
Bowser.
Well,
Pitching
in
Bowser
that
against Tbling.
instance, it didn't. In that instance, it didn't. Oh,
Pitching to Tbling's Bowser is definitely a risky move. Pitching to his Hammer Bro as well.
gets out of 1.
It's gonna be fine. This is a threat though, right here. And
Goodbye.
there it is.
Yeah.
Wait, wall jump?
Get it?
Uh-oh.
Nope,
No,
too
I-
high.
Way too high for wall jump.
I feel like against Tbling, you pitch to Bowser and walk Hammer Bro. That's what it's starting to look like. He's been so consistent with Hammer Bro home runs this tournament.
Yeah, H-Bro, one of the best home run hitters, if not the best home run hitter, who isn't a giant turtle monster.
Yeah, he's
I
been doing
think-
phenomenal.
I think a lot of Netplay players are a little poor at hitting with Bowser because we came into the game with the knowledge of you don't fucking pitch to Bowser. So at no point in time did anyone ever go, hey, maybe I should stop doing this. We just always never pitched to him. So no matter how good his bat is, it's a little bit tough to have a proper feel for the guy.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Hammer Bro,
I've
second
taken an
base, kind of
infinite
costing
amount.
Tbling here because someone really good like Birdo or Yoshi. Yeah.
But I've easily taken an infinite amount more reps with swinging with hammer than I have with Birdo against a real player. It's,
Yeah.
it's
That's
just not
fair.
close.
Strikeout there and burning a star, so good pitching there. Let's see if Pianta can pull the ball over right field. Bring this game back into Joey's favor.
That would be a comeback homer. Nope.
That would be a comeback homer. Doesn't look like it's gonna happen.
That won't drop.
Alrighty.
Be careful with those drop spots. You know, sometimes it goes red, and then last second you don't catch it. So
Yeah.
make sure you're paying attention to the ball shadow too, because it does tell you a lot.
Oh, great
Great
catch there.
catch by Mario there. I still hate it.
I hate the
still-
red. And I don't like the red Magi either. But then again, I'm not the one in grand finals on winner's side, so maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you only went 2 and 2. Do better.
Yeah. No, I'll do better next time. Nice play there. Just textbook throw.
Yeah,
Hold
Waluigi's
this
pretty
game at,
slow. He only has 40 speed, or force in-game speed.
This is very characteristic of Tbling. He has 1 hit and 1 run, so that is a Tbling trait right there. He had 1
Great
in.
Toadsworth hit.
Yeah, that was a
Joey's
great hit too.
very consistent with Toadsworth. Like,
Yeah.
all the club players, I think, have been conditioned to hit well with Toadsworth.
Yeah.
I don't like the
Yeah.
righty Toad. I think Toad's great. I didn't even notice the character went. I wasn't paying attention.
I didn't notice either, to be honest.
But yeah, Toad is not a bad player at all.
No,
Very underrated in my opinion.
Toad is an ideal 9th pick character. Most of the time with those 9th picks, you're looking for outfielders, and Toad is an outfielder. And you know what? If you're good with his bat, he can hit a home run.
I mean, I
with-
think Toad is the ideal 6 because he's 6 speed, which is you need 6 speed in the outfield pretty much.
Mhm.
And he has that
Oh,
option
great pitch there.
for home run hitting, and his slap hit's good. People just
Mhm.
don't use it because they assume they'll always hit a home run.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
There's
And then
nothing
obviously
worse
Forward
than the
Motion.
contact and not having charge.
Mhm.
And yeah,
Not gonna be able to
even
beat that
with
one
Magic's arm, that's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Bottom
Alright.
3, this game's going quick.
Yeah.
We got
They're
Wario.
speed running this one.
Still Wario.
Slap with the left. Mario makes up.
Mario does make that.
How many stars does he have? Okay, 3
3
stars.
or
I
3.
wouldn't have garlic there.
Nah. With no one on base, I don't know if it's I don't know if
Worth
it's
the
worth
push.
the risk.
I mean, if they go for the garlic on Netplay, it's a
That's true. And here's righty
You can't
green
get out of the
paratrooper.
way.
Not gonna
I
get
mean,
through
another
though.
terrible paratrooper hit. How
Yeah,
unfortunate.
getting jammed there. Thanks to the testing from it was AJMD, right? We know that like the type of contact you get on your star swings actually does matter. It's not just you don't have to just hit the ball. You have to hit the ball well. Charging doesn't seem to have an effect, but the placement on the bat does.
I don't think that was an HAMD thing.
Was it?
I think everyone's known about that for.
That's true, but I think he confirmed. At least that's the first I'd heard from him.
Okay.
Oh wow,
That's-
Boo's gonna beat that out. King Boo's up here again. This can just easily swing the game back over. King Boo with chemistry, and then 2-run homer here. Really fishing for those outside pitches though, and getting punished for it. Throwing another outside pitch. Why wouldn't you? King Boo getting
Jams him.
jammed there. Let's see. Yoshi's
That
not gonna
will
be able to
drop
get there though.
because of the curved trajectory. Any
Yeah.
other character, that would have just been an out.
And again, fishing for those, reaching a bit for those outside pitches. That's all 3
I don't think he
strikes
starts
that
swing here. I think you just get out of the inning.
No, it's not. You're not in a good spot. You're not
Yeah.
gonna drive in Boo, and then
Oh,
you're not gonna
someone
drive in
didn't
Boo,
Does it
and
anyway.
then do you think Keonta's gonna be able to drive in Boo instead? Probably not.
Well, if Pianta connects, he probably puts Boo across. But it's not worth to risk the star swing. I would have to agree on that at least.
And there's the home run.
Nope, that's foul.
Oh,
it's
that's out. Wow,
Oh,
barely.
Wow!
And we
Barely
can very.
getting a run with the
Okay,
big-
honestly, I walk
head
here.
scratcher
Oh,
on
star
that one.
chance, so that changes it.
Yeah, you can't walk on a star chance.
But I mean, it's T-Blink's hammer, bro. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Alright, he's doing a good
Tbling
job pitching,
is the
though.
power god.
Yeah.
I'm not understanding these charge pitches, man.
The power god Tbling.
Oh my
Did
god.
that bounce off the upper deck?
I think it did.
Oh,
That was-
never know.
Tbling looking to extend this to a 4-0 lead here with Petey. Wow, Tbling is just showing how good he is with batting and the charge swing and everything. I mean, punishing Joey for that Birdo DK pick because he immediately got Bowser Bro.
Think about
beating
the
him.
murderer's row of Bowser, Hammer Bro, Petey.
Oh, exactly. Not
They
only
all
is
have
it a great
since he
lineup.
switches Hammer Bro to lefty, they all have the same approach. Just try to yank it.
Yeah. Not only are they all like great hitters, but it's like they're all home run hitters, and just putting them all in a row is so threatening and like so mentally taxing on the pitcher. You know.
I know
It
you
really
guys are probably sick of me saying this, but I still
Oh man. Yeah, 3 hits and 3 and 3 runs scored. That is Tbling for you.
very Tbling. That is very power god right there.
Man, so Joey looking to get a run here on the board.
I would not
Ooh.
slap hit with Pianta ever.
No, I don't think his slap hit's strong enough to really. Even
I mean,
if you get perfect
again,
contact.
Think of the payoff versus the payoff on the charge screen.
Right. If you pull the ball, you're likely to hit the wall or go over the wall.
Like,
Start chance
it's
here.
like, do I want an option that gives me home runs?
Oh, great
Do I
pitch
want an
there!
option
Wow.
that gives me outs
Mhm.
and occasionally a single?
Another star chance too.
I think I agree with the charge swing with Toad here too. I think a solo home run could go a while, but
Mhm.
eh,
I think
like that.
just for the star chance, if you're good with his singles bat, I would probably singles bat. But if you're not,
yeah,
if you're not
Toad does
sure
pop
about it,
up pretty high.
yeah. If you're not sure about the singles bat, then let it rip. Why not?
You know, Mr. Joe, we've seen a lot of games out of Mr. Joe. He's been playing great. We have never seen him Joey bunt this entire time.
That's true. I feel like you've got to do it at least once.
So for those of you who don't know, you are not allowed to start charging the ball after the pitcher releases it. You have to start a charge swing before the pitcher releases the ball. However, if you hit A
Place
slightly
one.
before you
Again.
hold B, and then when the pitcher releases the ball, you release B while still holding A, you can start charging after the pitcher releases it.
Ooh, DK jump there. It's gonna be an out anyway.
That's double play.
Oh no.
No.
Bad fundamental.
You know what?
A little bit of bad run.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with sending him back because I would guess that DK gets that too. That's
Yeah.
so tough.
But you gotta be able
Base
to
running
react
is also
once he
probably
misses
one of the
that.
toughest
Right,
things to do
exactly.
in terms of just picking the individual runners too.
Yeah, Tbling froze a bit there after it landed, and that ended up costing the double play. I think Wario was out anyway, but that shouldn't have been double play. Wow, that was an incredible star swing.
That's an
Berto
absolute
finally
first
doing what you
round.
draft Berto for. That triple.
But yeah,
No.
Paratrooper's
Paratrooper's arm's too good.
Every time I see Paratrooper throw the ball, I'm like, he doesn't have a good arm. Then he throws it. I'm like, why does he have a good arm? Every single time. It doesn't matter how many times I see this bastard. He has a stronger arm than I think he should have.
Yeah.
But why? That
I
should
mean, look at that.
stupid, stinky diaper baby should not have that kind of fucking arm. All right? It's just, I don't agree.
Yeah, and he just throws the ball so quickly too.
It's
You know?
such a good arm.
It's great. It really is.
If the star's on, you get a lot of 9-3 putouts if you have someone with
I
chemistry on first.
don't fucking doubt it for a second. He's stupid.
Ooh, great
Every
pitch in
single
there.
time. He's stupid. I hate him.
And even though, like, even that great Birdo hit and everything, just not going to
Here
be able to
comes
score the run.
Murderer's Row.
This is just so tough.
pitching to Bowser still. I mean, Joey's boldness has paid off in the past, and this is
Mhm.
probably gonna be a strikeout.
Ooh,
patience.
I think Bowser could put that
Bowser
over.
by the way.
I mean, but that's
Yeah,
not the
Bowser
real threat. This
reaches-
is the real threat right
He
here.
could lead far. He can get stuff that goes like halfway across Batter's box on the
Yeah.
left side.
Yeah, just for Tbling, this is the real threat. Oh, he's gonna
No,
push
it
it, so that's not gonna be out.
Wow, he was
No
huge
bobble here.
earlier on that.
Yeah. He had to swing a little bit earlier to pull that ball. If Joey can get past this part of the lineup, that'd be huge. Because at least one of these
Part of the
three has
lineup is
scored.
gonna come back though. It's only
Yeah.
the bottom of the sixth.
Okay,
He
so
did a great job of getting through that though. 1, 2, 3.
that was the first time this game that one of those three characters has not scored a run for Tbling. And probably, honestly, from the last 3 games, too. One of those 3 characters has scored a run every time they got up. Ooh, is that going to be... not going to be a double.
Wow, Yoshi doing a great job. I don't
You don't need
anyone
a
else
push
can
there
really
either.
contain that to a single now.
Well, you just play it off the wall instead. It's
Yeah,
still
but
single.
that's slower.
I need to mention, too, Joey has 5 stars. I mean, 3 now, but had some 5 stars.
I don't know who else you're putting
Could
left
have
field.
charged there with that
Field
first
now.
charge, that first star stand though, just in case he gets the perfect.
Burning 2 stars from
Here's the
Noki
thing.
and getting the out.
Here's the thing. You know what you do here? You go for the Pianta star swing.
Yoshi is
Home
so
run.
bad.
You might as well. Yeah, Toadsworth probably isn't going to get Boo in here.
But he might get on See?
We'll
Look
leave
at
it
that.
out, but now
Toad's
Toad's got to bring in the run.
Underrated player. He is a top 10 player.
I mean, hey,
don't know
listen.
what you guys are talking about.
Hey, listen, hold on. The game can get tied right here.
Oh, yeah, wait. Cut at him. This is Hammer Brother S power with it doesn't matter. With Toadsworth on base.
Hammer
Yeah.
Brother X Power.
It
says,
is.
as Toad
Okay, wait, no. Well, stat-wise, no.
Okay, do you want me to pull up the stats?
Yeah, Toad had 70 charge swing, and Hammer Bro has 85.
Yeah, it's
So,
not even.
so with the chem, it's
Oh, with
yeah,
the
it'll
chem.
be pretty close. That's fair.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh my god, that was a
What
great
a
catch.
play.
Let's go.
Threading the needle there, and just like with Toad with a small
Veteran.
body, still gonna
He's
catch
seen
it.
all. Those viewers in his 112
that?
years.
Waluigi's been batting great today. Waluigi's been getting on base. I've always thought he doesn't have that bad of a contact to the flat foot.
I think of the
Work out well.
pure comfort bats, Waluigi and Makimo are the best because they reach considerably.
Yeah.
I think they have 96. It might be 74, but I think it's
Yeah.
96. Which is the same as like Boo and Pianta. You can reach pretty far into the walk zone.
Yeah.
That's a great contact hit. You know, Joey just needs a couple more of those and look at that. That's a great. Oh no. Nope. Straight to Wario. Rip.
tough.
I think this game is really demonstrating how shortstop is than a good second base. Because we've seen Hammer Bro like fumble a couple plays, but how many times does the second base really come up? Not really. Not really a lot.
Second base is never, like, even just in regular day-to-day baseball, it's not a position that you're as concerned about. Your shortstop will always be, I mean, like, if you played on AAA teams, so your shortstop, your center fielder, your pitcher, those are your guys that typically go on to actually become pros.
A lot of lefties in Mario Baseball.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
know
and
a
the
lot of
lefties
people that
push
like to
towards
put that.
shortstop.
Yeah, if we're talking about new meta, making all your characters lefty is definitely part of new meta. Lefties get to the first base faster in this game.
And right field is shorter.
Yeah, and right field
And
is
they
shorter.
push to left field, which is better.
Yeah, exactly.
for
See, this
flat.
righty paratrooper can, alright, that righty paratrooper has been DK through the entire game. That's gonna land though,
Oh
wow!
my God, what an unfortunate
Great
call.
individual.
Oh my
play.
god.
I guess
Three
that was
fielders
regular.
All of a
converging.
sudden, we went from no threat at all to... Okay, yeah, you do that.
Bases
This is
loaded,
tough.
hammer
This is
roll
a
up.
threat.
I would rather pitch him out.
I don't think he's going to pitch to him. I think that batter's box is going to get a lot of work.
Alright,
Oh,
Diddy
wow.
tags up here.
Diddy's in.
Yep, that's a score.
Yeah?
Yeah, even with lasers, it's not gonna be enough. Toad's a little too fast. I mean,
even
this.
if Toad released right away, Toad's arm isn't that good. I think it's 50.
Double.
Oh,
Nope.
wow,
Nope.
great catch there.
Great job.
Great
hitting back.
catch,
I think he
but
might have hit
not a
X
double
before he hit
play.
it.
I think this
Yeah.
is egg ball time.
Yeah, there it is. We're gonna
There's
see
the
it.
agreement.
And DK just leaves it. Nope.
On egg
Wait,
ball
make
right in
good
the
contact.
Yep.
Alright, so this
Here it is.
this could be the last inning of the game, last at bat of the
This
game.
could
Joey's
be the
gotta make
last
it happen.
inning of the series.
Yeah,
Final frame. Could be the
Of the-
final
of the
frame right
tournament.
here.
Joey's gotta make it happen here. This home run pretty important here.
Oh,
Yoshi might be able to reach it.
down.
Again,
Get
we're
down.
seeing
I think a little
the
bit more
power
recap
of
might
that
have
curved
gotten there.
trajectory.
Great
I
pitch
think
there.
it's the only 92.
Yeah, that was a great strikeout.
This first pitch should be way outside. That was outside, but not enough.
outside. Not way outside.
I don't know how Wario catches that,
Wario
but there it is.
Wario is kind of bullshit. Someone put that.
Wario, perhaps the best shortstop in the game. Not
No.
gonna say it.
Uh-oh.
he beat
DK.
I accidentally walked there. I doubt that was intentional.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
It's okay, but that's...
Okay, wait, Beyonce's gonna get the
4-1.
third.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I'm
go
Big
for
arm
it.
play though.
That's-
Oh, he's gonna go
no.
for it.
Oh no!
He's trying to stop Beyonce.
Out of
Eddie, oh no, he sent Toadwood.
Yeah.
He was trying to send Pianta and didn't hold down.
He did not.
Yeah.
Like I said, you gotta. These net players, biggest problem I see on net play, base running fundamentals. Work
Mhm.
on it. You'll get a lot better when you can tag up with the right character.
So that was a club player.
Wow. Great game right there.
Doesn't matter.
Congratulations to my boy Tbling. the champion of Netplay, Superstars 2.
Big
Yeah.
Thank you
time.
so much to
Once
everybody
again,
who tuned
May
into the
8th.
stream. This was an
Superstars
awesome
on.
event hosted by some awesome people. Shout outs to my boy LittleCoaks. He basically runs this community. He runs the Netplay Superstars. Shout outs to Luna, who hosted this amazing event on like 2 seconds notice. Shout out to Gamble and Hong-Zhi for joining us on commentary. Shout out to Mr. Joe for showing just how much better everyone in the club is compared to your average net player. And shout out to Tbling for winning it all. Thank you so much to everyone who came here. You guys are awesome, and I think that's about all I can say.
And
Ooh,
shout
an
out to
interview or
Hong-Zhi
cutting out
for
of it?
being my commentary buddy for both tournaments.
I think
love the guy knows a lot about the game. And
I think this calls for a raid. How about that? A stream raid. How about that?
Sure.
Sure.
I'm gonna stop the recording though, just so it's
Gotcha.
we aren't like
Yeah.
talking about the raid. Where the heck is my mouse cursor? What?
All right, hold
My
on.
mouse
we have,
cursor just disappeared. What the?
Alrighty,
There it
so
is.
real quick, we have a interview with both our players right here, Joey and Tbling. They're in the call.
What's going on?
Why don't you say what's up?
Here
Hello.
we go.
Hey guys.
All right. So first of all, like, congrats to both of you guys. I mean, grand finals of this tournament's definitely that's an achievement in of itself. So hats off to both of you guys. Both played phenomenally the whole tournament. So,
Yeah, thanks, man.
congrats on that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Joey, I'll start with you, I guess. So coming into this tournament, I mean, you had no net play experience, to my knowledge. You know,
Right.
you had kind of just set it up. First of all, how was it like switching from offline play for so long and then switching on to net play? Like, was that adjustment something kind of like, did it really affect you, or was it a quick adjustment to make?
It definitely affected me. I played my first game against Peacock. He beat me 2-0. Pitching wise, it wasn't too much of an adjustment. Pitching's actually a lot easier, I think, on Netplay, because reaction times are obviously hindered by the input.
Yeah.
But hitting, I definitely struggled. He beat me 2-0, like I said. So I couldn't really hit that game. I mean, this game, it's not that I couldn't hit this game, obviously, because I had like 8 or 9 hits, but I mean, it is definitely an adjustment. So going from playing offline to Netplay is definitely weird. But I think after maybe the first game, I think I started to kind of pick up on it. And I mean, as you can see, I definitely put in some work. This is much further than I had anticipated making it. So I'm definitely just hyped about this in general. And I look forward to what comes next, because I'll definitely be playing some more Netplay.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, and I was just gonna mention that. Did you think coming into this tournament, like, how did you think you'd do coming into this tournament? Were you expecting to, were you even wondering if you'd make it out of pools, let alone make it to grand finals? Like, what were your expectations?
I was definitely questioning whether I would make it out of pools or not. I definitely wasn't even sure, because I was like, oh, like, I'm playing Peacock. He's probably going to beat me. I don't know much about Gamble or Cold or TJ was in my pool, and I know TJ came in third actually in the last tournament. So I was like, oh. So maybe I might go 2-2, I might go 1-3, whatever. And then I lost to Peacock, and I was like, okay, that wasn't so bad. And then I played, I think, TJ or Gamble next. I think I played TJ, and it was like a close game. And then I just kind of destroyed Gamble.
Yeah, it was not a good time on my end.
And Cold, it was like 5-1, 4-1, something like that. So after that, I was like, oh, maybe this isn't so bad. And then after round 1 of top 8. I was like, I might actually be able to make like a top 5, or well, obviously that's top 5, but maybe like a top 3. And yeah, no, it just kept going. The game against Thanners was awesome. Thought I was gonna lose.
Yeah,
that was definitely a nail biter, but I had a ton of fun, and I'm very happy with how things went. And I think it just goes to show that any doubts that people might have had about the club, I think this is a decent showing that we are definitely some top players as far as this game goes. Because I mean, I'm not even one of the best players in the club. Like I'm obviously on the better side, but there's Dennis, there's Gil, there's Maddie, Nick. Like there's a lot of great players out there. So I'd love to see a lot of people kind of coming into the net play scene, and maybe some net players playing offline. It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting with these tournaments. You see all these different players with different meta games and different friend groups, all different play styles, and then they all just converge into one tournament. I know with the
there's just so many people, like the matchups, like different people will beat different people. Like for
Yeah.
example, I played Dennis and Nick the one time I was on Long Island playing against the club guys, and I took Dennis to extra innings. He beat me in the 11th, and Nick smoked me. But a lot of people would say Dennis is better out of the two.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah.
everyone would say that. no
Well,
offense
everyone
to
except
Nick,
me.
but
Love
you
you,
know,
Nick.
it's Dennis.
Oh man. Yeah.
I'd
So
rather play against Dennis.
yeah. I think this is interesting too. I know the club. I mean, Joe, you can definitely attest to this. I think the club has been very down on Waluigi pitcher for the longest time, and then Waluigi pitcher ended up winning the tournament. You know, what do you think about that? I mean, do you think that's just like a different meta type of thing? You think like maybe you're just haven't played against a Waluigi in a while, so you're not as used to it?
Yeah, well,
I guess both of you
actually,
can
yeah,
attest to
I wasn't around when Waluigi was the meta for the club.
Okay.
I wasn't even here, so I've played against Waluigi pitcher only a handful of times,
Mhm.
and I mean, obviously, Tbling's just very comfortable with Waluigi,
Mhm.
so that might have had something to do with it. Also, I don't know how Waluigi performs offline versus online. I can't imagine it's terribly different, but he seemed. I think I said this before actually when I was commentating that one game. I think even though some characters might fall out of the meta, they're definitely not unplayable. Like say
Right.
Waluigi, sure, Boo is probably better. The monkeys are probably better. But I mean, being the fourth best pitcher or something like that, or whatever you want to put him, that's not bad in a game with 32 characters. So
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say that Waluigi's anything to like put your nose up to. I think he's definitely gonna stay relevant as
Yeah.
far as pitching goes. It's kind of his bat that a lot of people don't like, but we actually saw him putting in a lot of work hitting
He
wise.
batted great
Not-
today. Yeah.
Yeah, not in this last game, but in a couple other games, I saw him hitting very well.
Yeah.
It's funny on the pitching note too, because I think last tournament someone pulled out a dry bones and did
Walrus.
really well.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
I think
yes.
someone used, I mean, a lot of people use Goomba and then Toadsworth even too a little bit. So it's just, I feel like after the top three, like a lot of the other pitchers are probably like even per se, or at least you can play at a high level with them,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what you call it? Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that too. With Waluigi. I mean, what are your opinions on Waluigi? Because most people have him around the low tier area these days, at least in our Discord. I mean, what do you think about him? You think he's very underrated? Do you think he should be a bit higher, or what do you think?
Yeah, I think he deserves to be a tad higher. I would wish his bat was a little better. I'm not the best with it, to be quite honest. But I think on Netplay, with the slight input lag there is, or sometimes it's worse than others, but the ability to time the charge pitches and kind of mix up your opponent with the fast, nice charge, the regular slow charge, and then the change up or the regular curveball. It's hard to time, so I feel like that gives him an advantage on Netplay, and I'm just pretty comfortable with him. Like Joe said, I've used him for a lot of my games, and so I think he deserves to be a tad higher.
Yeah. And then another question for you. So, you had come into this tournament last tournament in Netplay Superstars 1. You had gotten double eliminated by Walrus. I think you had a bad seeding because it was a random seeded tournament. So, like, what did you think coming into this tournament? Like, were you expecting, same question as I asked Joey. I mean, were you expecting to just go all the way on the winner's side? Did you think there would be some hiccups along the way? What were your expectations coming into this?
Yeah, so I was looking at the pools, and I immediately thought how tough. I think it was like pool 1 or 2, or had some really tough players in it. It's a shame that the other 3 couldn't make it into the bracket, but I kind of got lucky with the pool that I was in, just because I think 3 people
Forfeits.
Yeah, I basically just played one game in pools.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate to see, but
yeah. So I got lucky there, and I was happy to play Dr. Winkley because he was actually like my first net play match, and I think he beat a couple. I think he beat someone I lost to, or something like that in pools.
Yeah, man, matchups is weird.
Yeah, so I was happy to play against him, and then once I kind of got that win underneath my belt, I was just kind of a little more confident.
Yeah, you destroyed me. I mean, I think I want to take some credit for just giving you the momentum to just carry through the tournament. But to that point, I've got a question for you. Is like, was there a moment, like, it seems like you were on fire all day. Was there a moment where you're like, I think I got this? before you won the whole thing?
Yeah. So I think we were talking about this when I was on after I played Thanners the first time. But that game was close, like 4-1 for most of it, and then I pulled away at the end with a couple homers. I think that's when I just started feeling really good about my chances. And then, to be quite honest, when I was watching the Walrus Joe game, I was like, I think Joe ended up scoring a couple runs like late in that game, and
Yeah, we did.
made it. Yeah, so before that, I was a little worried that Walrus was gonna pull away, and then I have to face them again. And that would have been a little scary, but no, I mean, yeah. And in that game against Thanners, I felt really good.
Mm-hmm.
Against when I played my 2 games against Tbling, I gave up I think 9 runs, and I think I gave up like 7 or 8 home runs. I think there was 1 single run that didn't come from a home run in that whole those 2 games.
I really need to go to bed. Holy crap.
So yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up in just a minute.
Alright.
Yeah. All right. Any last words from you guys? Anything else you want to say? Shout outs? I don't know.
Oh, dude, shout out to the club.
Yeah, shout out to the club again.
Also, shout out to
And
you
the
guys for
Discord.
hosting this. This was really cool.
Yeah. Shout outs to Luna for hosting the stream last minute.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Coming in clutch here.
Wouldn't be possible without everyone's help and effort. So
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Anyways,
great.
we are
Sweet.
gonna raid my friendo.
Alrighty.
Nice.
cool.
Yeah, that's basically all I have. So
Alright.
I guess.
Alright.
thanks for
I'm ready to
watching.
log off.
As am I. Have a
great
great night,
tournament
everyone.
today.
This is Luna and everyone else signing
Congrats,
off.
boys.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.